I would like to have seen, had Radrazani been invited to the table, whether he would have accepted, because I kind of think if someone's waving 350 million in front of your face, you might have a slightly different stance on things. But ultimately, I thought it would have been fucking horrific for football.
Do you not think, though, that the league that they're in has zero traditional values now? I think the whole Premier League's fucked. I think it's been fucked for ages.
I want to see my team in the league playing with traditional values. I don't want the club just to be in a league because the people who own it are making fuck tons of money.
Let's not start pretending it's about history and about clubs and about the fans.
Bullshit,
because it never has been.
No.
It's about the money coming in. And even the backlash, I don't think it's changed because of the fans. I really don't. I think it's just changed because a higher level that's come in, like the Prime Minister's getting involved. They don't give a fuck about the fans.
Super League, as of recording, is no more. Obviously, it was all kicking off earlier in the week, and we were like, we'll just do a clip on it on Thursday. And we were expecting it to still kind of be a thing. It's all fallen through. But we'll go through our initial thoughts of the Super League itself, what we made of it, etc. I am a Leeds fan, so I'm obviously I'm looking at this from a completely different perspective. Jimmy, you're an Arsenal fan. Lozzie's Liverpool. Dan is Aston Villa. So again, like me,
Same.
looking at it from the outside in. And I have to say, obviously Leeds led the criticism publicly because we had Liverpool that night, and it was all kicking off. Literally, the whole pre-game build-up was all about the Super League. And I'm just like, I feel like it was a very easy position for Leeds to be in. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was, it's very easy to criticise something that everyone else is criticising when you haven't been invited in. And I don't know why I'm really taking this stance, but because I don't agree with the Super League. And I'm glad with how Leeds dealt with it, but I feel like, it was very easy for them to take that kind of stance. And I would like to have seen, had Radrazani been invited to the table, whether he would have accepted, because I kind of think if someone's waving 350 million in front of your face, you might have a slightly different stance on things. But ultimately, I thought it would have been fucking horrific for football, like everyone else. And I'm glad that it's not gone ahead. But what do you guys think?
Well, I'm not a fan of it. I thought it was a very extremely flawed idea, but there's no two ways about it. It was about making more money, for the people who own the clubs. I think the worst thing was these clubs that have all obviously agreed and now fucking rejected the idea because of the backlash. They would have effectively taken the core of their fans, which isn't most of their business. These clubs have got millions of fans across the world. So the people that go every match day, or who did do before fucking COVID, who would go to the stadiums, go to the away days, those people were the ones that were going to get fucked over massively. Because if you got the opinion of people saying, okay, I'd love to see my team play Real Madrid, a team like Real Madrid every week in the Super League. But then if you're a fan and you want to go to each game, you're going to have to be fucking minted to go to every game. Because now an away day isn't just like 2 or 3 hours down the road. It's like 2 days in a different fucking country. And all the implications like travel, like flights, etc., hotel, whatever. So I feel like those are the people who really were vocal about it being shit.
Yeah.
But I kind of get the attraction to people outside of the core audience who want to see the big games. But for me, I want to see my team, which I want to see my team in the league playing with traditional values. I don't want the club just to be in a league because the people who own it are making fuck tons of money.
Yeah.
Do you not think, though, that the league that they're in has zero traditional values now? I think the whole Premier League's fucked. I think it's been fucked for ages. And all this stuff about, Sky Sports were right on it, weren't they? We can't do this. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
terrible.
it's hypocritical.
This is this.
Yeah, yeah.
This is that. It's like, mate, I pay fucking £30 a month to you cunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where's all the loyalty gone to the fans? You know, when it used to be on TV or whatever. Like I say, the amount that tickets and shit are.
Oh yeah, I know.
in the Premier League.
Shirts
Like,
and that.
I think you can come out and say it if you're Bayern Munich, the way that they treat their fans and the way that they operate their club, fair play. But all these other clubs and Sky and everyone jumping. This is the thing that really pissed me off. I was like, the Premier League's been shit for years. Like, money's already come in and fucking ruined football for me. Really.
It was very ironic.
Yeah, like in fact,
definitely.
in fact, I would prefer all them fucking big teams to not be in the league, and then to restart it with the proper teams who and actually have like proper competition within the league again,
Yeah.
where they change the rules where money can't come in, and I was kind of excited about it, to be honest with you. I was thinking, oh brilliant, I'm just gonna go and support, I don't know, Southampton or something, and get behind a club that you know you can put money in and from the fans and create something again. And I also like the idea of there being a Super League. I wasn't massively bothered about it. You know, I think at the end of the day, football is. I get it with the history and everything of the clubs, but the history's gone anyway. The history of fucking Chelsea and all that sort of stuff. It's fucking been it's been taken anyway.
That's what I thought.
It's corrupt.
irony, yeah.
It's corrupt anyway. FIFA's corrupt. Like all this shit. Like you know, they're taking it away from these clubs. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's been fucking taken away anyway for years.
Yeah. It's
that's why I was like, do you know what? Wouldn't be too bothered if there was a fucking Super League. But it wouldn't be any fucking different. There'd still be corruption.
Oh yeah, the corruption's there for everyone to see in UEFA and FIFA. But the thing for me was the actual the premise of the Super League itself is shit. Like the 15 teams or whatever, the founding teams that can't be relegated. You've then got, you know, these 4 or 5 teams that can be promoted into it. But let's say, for example, there was a freak year where these 5 teams that have been promoted into it took the first 5 spots, first, second, third, and fourth and fifth, and yet some of those have got to be relegated over a team that is just there because we were there from the start. Also, and Ben, I'm not saying this to trigger you, mate. What the fuck are Tottenham doing at that table?
What the fuck are Arsenal
their
doing at the
fucking
table?
their history. They've won fuck all since like 1969, and then I think that's the only fucking thing they've ever
it's
won.
the money.
But exactly. But so it's not. You're not there on merit.
Yeah, I know.
You're just there because you're part of a rich club.
It was all about money. The whole thing is
what-
all the teams have got brand new stadiums that they've picked. They picked the teams who could house the most and had, you know.
But football's always been about money.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
And
This is what I think it's like.
and the thing again with the fucking Super League, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was quite excited about it. I thought I would like to see my team play these fucking top clubs. Be better than fucking the Premier League. Watching them, you know, I've seen Arsenal. You know, when Chelsea come in with Roman Abramovich and then Man City come in with all this money, that ruined Arsenal. Absolutely fucking ruined.
It'd been
our
a
club.
it'd been a good move for Tottenham and Arsenal.
Our best players left because they wanted to win trophies, and it's like, well, we've been cheated out of the fucking trophies. That's why our best players have left. That's why the club's gone into fucking the way it's gone.
Yeah.
If we were winning the league, fucking Thierry Henry wouldn't have left, and Cesc Fabregas wouldn't have left, and Van Persie wouldn't have left, and all these fucking top players. Even what's his name, Adebayor went to Man City. Like, he was fucking class for Arsenal at that point, and Man City just took him off us. It's like, who the fuck is Man City to take these players? I think, again, from an Arsenal fan, it's like...
So yeah, Arsenal would be. I just think it's really ironic, and it made me laugh the way that all of a sudden everything was about money. It's like it's been about
It's
money
always-
since Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's
This
been-
is the thing.
Man City.
They've allowed all this money in for years.
Let's not start pretending it's about history and about clubs and about the fans.
Bullshit,
Because
innit?
it never
Yeah.
has been.
No.
It's about it's about the money coming in, and even the backlash. I don't think it's changed because of the fans. I really don't. I think it's just changed because, like not because of the fans. I think it's maybe a higher level that's come in. Like the Prime Minister's getting involved. I don't think it's to do. I don't think the fans all going against it. I might be totally wrong because I don't know fuck all about football, but in my opinion, I just think it's like they don't give a fuck about the fans.
Oh no, they don't know.
It's always been and always has been, and it's
also
always
as
about
well,
money.
the thing with the founding teams and the not being relegated, again, that didn't bother me too much, because I want to see teams playing each other without financial worry. Because in the Premier League, it's like, you know, you have to play for top 4, because if you don't get in the top 6, you won't get Europe, you won't get that money. It's always about, you can't do it because you won't get that money. And it's like, teams play differently for points. Like, again, how Tottenham play at the moment, they're very defensive and shit. In this Super League, you wouldn't see that. People would not be. They're playing to be the best team of all time, because you can't prove that at the moment. Even if you win the Champions League, it doesn't prove that you're the best team in the world at that point. It just proves that through the knockout stages you've beat good teams and whatever, but you haven't played all of them that year. This proves that the best bunch of 11 players, because they would get all the top players for them clubs, and then the top of whoever would win that, that puts you down in legendary status. Like, there's no disputing, because again, if someone wins the Premier League or whatever, it's like, yeah, but you know, you're not Barcelona or you're not so and so. This would just break that out and be like, right, these are the elite fucking players, the elite teams, and you're playing for the elite level.
Yeah, but it does also just destroy all the other leagues and the rest of football.
I think it does.
If the Super League went ahead, those teams would have either been taken out or put their B teams in there. Either one of those just takes away from the example the Premier League. For example, right, let's say the Super League went ahead, these top 6 were relegated to the conference, which obviously they wouldn't give a fuck about because they're in the Super League doing their thing, right, getting 350 million a year, and then Leeds go on to win the Premier League. They haven't, because the big 6 aren't there to beat. So like every other team other than these, it's like the whole world revolves around these big teams.
But okay, so
when actually it doesn't.
Say if Leeds win the Premier League, and who's your favourite player at the moment?
Probably Rafinha.
Or the striker, the other guy.
Patrick Bamford.
Patrick Bamford, right? Fucking bosses it. Leeds win the league, you're buzzing.
Yeah.
This is without these other clubs in there. He then goes on to one of the elite clubs. You've then got interest in that elite, because you follow Bamford really as well. You'd be following him. You wouldn't see him as a traitor. You're like, look, you've got to that level. Now it's like superior level, because they're not just going to be signing everyone. If a player gets to that fucking thing, then you're gonna. It'd be like me, like fucking when Henry went to Arsenal or whatever, went to Barcelona. I kind of become a Barcelona fan because I'm like, and I understand why he's gone there, because he wants to play for the elite club.
Yeah.
The thing is, with your hierarchy in the Premier League, there's going to be hierarchy in the Super League, because whoever comes top, first or second, are going to get more money, and then they're going to build a better squad. And then all the rest of the teams.
It wouldn't have been.
The winners got more money.
No. The way that they was going to break it down was, that's the whole reason they built the league, is so it was like the founding teams. They was going to build it out of the chairmans of the club, and it was all going to be, they would get all the money.
Oh, okay. So
not the fucking Champions League going, oh, well done for winning the Champions League, here's fucking so-and-so, or well done for winning that, here's...
So if you win the Super League, you don't get any more?
You get the clout, don't you? You've already got the elite team. Because you're the most elite team on the planet.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's proof that if you play for the most elite team on the planet and you're winning, like, people are like, well, what's the fucking point in that? It's like, because you're elite. What's the fucking point in the Premier League? For the Champions League. What's the point of the Champions League? Because you want to win the Champions League so that you're the best.
I think, to be honest, I think that model in that way works, like you say, like that. But you could also see a scenario where you've got owners who know they're going to get a set amount wherever they fucking finish in the league, so and they're not going to invest in their squad. They're just going to get like players who can, fit their type of merchandise. Like maybe, I don't know, say for example, Man United get players in like Cavani like players who come to like the end of their careers, pay them like a fair like amount for what they're worth, but they won't go out and try and find Cristiano Ronaldo. They won't try and get those players in because they know they're going to get a set amount every year, because these owners, most of them don't give a fuck about how the club do at the moment.
But I think the players that are playing in the league, like, say again, if you've got a player who's the top player in the fucking Premier League or whatever, when there's this Super League, like, them teams have then got, like, Jack Grealish now. Imagine if there was the Super League and then you got Jack Grealish coming through for Aston Villa. Aston Villa would get so much more money for like a Jack Grealish, and then they're not worried about selling him and, like, fucking playing against them and ruining Aston Villa's team. Do you know what I mean? They're going on to like an elite level of playing, because it's annoying, isn't it? You sell your fucking best. Like when Man United bought Van Persie, it was like, brilliant. Well, you've just bought the league. You've just stole the league off us for 30 million.
Yeah,
and it's like, I don't think that's fair. I think
that's the thing. But I find the whole thing quite funny, because it's like Man City. Obviously, before the money,
I think it needs I think it needs another league for these teams to fucking just get the fuck out of the league.
I think it was flawed.
They fucking ruined the fucking league.
When with the other league, it's like, if the players do come in, because there's so much opposition as well, but they're like, they can't play internationally either, which I think it would hinder. I know if you're going to go for the paycheck, but there's still be money floating about in the other league.
Of course there would. There'd probably be more fans for the English league, for these clubs. There would be. It's a hard one.
Yeah,
it is a difficult. There'd be more world fans for these big.
Aren't worth it.
Yeah,
or wouldn't have been worth it.
But then
they should have. Maybe they should create, like, a new league with new teams if they want to. Don't try and take the history of the old teams. Just have a team called London City.
If they got that much money, it's like if you made up, because
I think that's,
people would flow where the money is, and also, again, rather than just going from a money point of view, try and interlink it with current associations, so there can be people transferring over, and you can play international games, and it's still got cool football roots, but it's like it's a bit more interlinked. Because to me, it was like totally outside everything. It was like, it's either this or nothing, and it's like you got to give up everything from your, like, your history, your clubs, your promotions. You can't play internationally. You can't do, like, Champions League was like
what I hate in football is when you've got fucking a lower league team, a lower level team, just fucking parking the bus against. Like, I don't want to see that shit. I want to see fucking attacking, man. Attacking each other with not worrying if
But big teams have been guilty of that as well.
I know, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, fucking watching the way Tottenham play at the moment, it's boring as fuck, isn't it?
Used to play.
Yeah, boring. But what I'm saying is, they're probably Mourinho plays for points in the league. Do you know what I mean? It's this whole fucking thing of
yeah.
I don't know.
People talking.
I would like the elite. I would just like this elite league where fucking the best players can play their football. Like when you see like Neymar and stuff doing tricks, and then people are like, "Don't do that in the game."
Yeah,
we need to get we need to be top 4 so we can get you out. Like, it's like, what the no. I want to see I want to see flicks. I want to be entertained.
Yeah, the concept of
support
it.
Leeds,
if you can have in and out, if again, like UEFA in it, if there's money in a pot and you can have some entry in and entry out, the premise of it is not a bad idea. The way the whole thing was gone about was fucking awful.
Yeah,
because you're literally. I think
it was the fact they was trying to take already established clubs and fucking try and take their history when they've only owned the clubs for fucking 5 years. It's just like, you if you owned it the whole time, then fair play, it's your club, but it's not. It's not. The Glazers do not fucking own Man United.
They didn't go individually. I mean, they may have built it up, but like they tried to take loads at one point. So it's not like all of a sudden you like every fucker's against it, and you're like you're really going against the grain. If you'd have done it, if you just set something up and maybe got
They should have just created their own league, their own teams, and gradually, took players.
Players will go for money. Even if you can't play internationally.
Look at the Chinese league.
Carl from the In the Name of Football podcast made a very good point about the international thing. Because I think they're changing how the World Cup is going to be played anyway in the next few years, where it's only going to be like 3 teams per group because they're increasing. But also, if you think about it, the span of an international career, these international games playing for your country at a World Cup, you'll probably have like some group games against like Montenegro, Slovenia. You might play you'll play Colombia in the semis. You might get Argentina in the quarters or whatever. But they're not actually. An international career isn't England versus Brazil, England versus France, England versus Germany every time. You play a lot of shite. So I'll be on your side with the fact that I don't know how much of a pull the whole being banned from an international would actually, I know there would be players. I could see like Harry Kane, for example. But a lot of players, I don't think they get especially if you're doubling their salary. When the money's
there, that's the thing. Like it's the same with Man City. Like, get all that money. No one gives a fuck about their what they've done, where they are. Like, if you're getting paid triple the wage, you're gonna go because it's like at the end of the day, like. Footballers are not selfish, but they're money motivated.
Yeah, and they've got a limited career.
Yeah, and you're going to take the money.
Get your money and get out.
What I would have liked to have seen, instead of trying to take the fucking teams out of the league, what they should have done was built like the Premier League should have a team. And La Liga should have a team.
Like an all-star.
Serie A should have a team.
That would be cool.
And then they
competition.
They take
that would be cool.
They take the best players from the Premier League. They make a Premier League team, a thingy team, and they play like each other once a month, and then there's like a thing. This elite league of the elite players from every league.
Yeah,
that would have been a better way to do it, and they could have done that worldwide with. They could have had like a US fucking one, and
because the problem with that is like this has all come to fruition because of greedy owners. Whereas that, as much I think that all-star idea is fucking sick, but there isn't like a
Mr. Glazer,
a greedy owner.
If you want someone with some creativity,
who would own that? Who would own that Premier League team?
UEFA, wouldn't it? It'd be UEFA.
Yeah. So,
but then as well, it's like
they might push it.
These football clubs, if you're selling out to like. If you're getting billionaire investors or people coming in who are businessmen and don't have an interest in football, like prepare for shit like this to happen.
There was a board member.
They've got no interest in the club. They just care about money.
They should have created a new league. Got some new teams. I mean, Swanage, we're available. If you want to build a fucking super team, Swanage is there. We've got everything.
In the name of Christ.
Yeah, and it's in the name of the Lord.
Yeah.
So
exactly. But, there was a board member of a top team that leaked. Apparently, the chairman of these clubs, they've said their main priority is profits. Mm-hmm. The secondary priority is performance of the team and fans, etc. Because they don't. Like I said, these are businesses.
It's weird, isn't it? Because it's a double-edged sword. Because if you're a profitable club that's making money constantly, you can afford then to have a bit more longevity and get other players in. If your club's constantly losing money and you own it, like eventually,
some of them are like is it Barcelona's $1 billion in debt? Yeah. Man United's half $1 billion in debt.
But again, as a business and as a supply and demand, like that shouldn't be like the guy. It's for the fans and that buy new players and that. If your business isn't working, it's losing money.
Yeah,
like that's an indication that it's broken.
Yeah.
So like you should if I'm say we're a business and we're like we're losing money each month and then go let's upgrade
the studio.
Let's spend 50 grand on the studio and go and hire that guy. He's 10 grand a week. You're like, but we're losing money. Like you would sit down and go, guys,
what are you on about?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
But it kind of gets lost in football sometimes because there's guys with deep pockets.
Yeah. But also apparently these clubs in debt, they're too big to fail or some shit. So they're not allowed. Like the banks won't allow them to go bankrupt.
Which again is
because
bullshit,
if there was no Man United, then apparently the whole thing would crumble.
That's like it's
that's what I mean.
It's like bailing banks out for you can lose all the money you want. We're going to bail you out. Yeah. So if you're a trader and you're banking, you can fucking spend loads of money. It's not like that. it's not a proper system.
Yeah,
I just hated the whole thing that they were like, if you take this, you take the core, you take the fat. Like, no, you don't. Like English,
it's been taken.
It's been taken,
Yeah,
and
it's
also
been taken.
like if they went. Like, I know what English people would like. Well, fuck you. Well, I'm gonna support.
Mate,
I'm gonna support Villa.
Yeah,
and
Villa were gonna do well.
The league would just grow into this fucking
But
other
that
thing
would lose
anyway.
so much money though. Like the Sky, because Sky wouldn't pay like all the millions to see fucking a highlight of Leicester versus West Ham.
Versus Leeds.
But eventually, like
Leeds would win
everything
every year.
is people controlled.
But what I'm saying on
So
the
like-
smaller level, think how many kids, they just support Man United and they just support Arsenal because of the branding that's just constantly put out there.
Yeah.
You don't know the smaller clubs don't stand a fucking chance anyway. Stop trying to tell this fucking lie that they have a chance of coming up and get.
Well,
no,
Leicester,
they don't.
Leicester did.
No, yeah, but Leicester have been a big. I'm talking about lower league, like being taken to these fucking
Burnley
these
and Bournemouth
games.
done it.
Yeah,
They're breeding grounds, though. That's where all the big players come from. They come from the lower leagues, which are getting funding from the Premier League.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. And then they go. Who do they go and play for in the end? They go and play for fucking Man United and Man City anyway. And then they're actually detrimental by being in the league to these clubs. They just are because
Well,
they just take the fucking. They just
points
take the
deduction,
fucking.
so-
They just take the fucking players, mate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, feeder clubs and that, it is horseshit. But
I'd rather someone.
you have teams on the fringes that could break through.
The thing
And
is,
I'm not being funny. If fucking Arsenal and Tottenham keep repeating their performances for the next few seasons, then they're not going to be a top 6 club anymore.
the top 6 club is essentially like who's got the deepest pocket.
Yeah, literally.
And it's like,
it's why
and it's like,
fucking Tottenham were even considered.
if someone goes, and it's like, obviously, if you're up there and you're performing, you might attract a big investor. That's what everyone's looking for, isn't they? Oh, let's get a big investor. We're performing
Also,
well.
there's the thing about Leicester is like they had this fucking multi-millionaire geezer take over Leicester. It's funny how Leicester won the league when they had the guy, the fucking chairman who had deep pockets, didn't he?
Yeah, it was.
Obviously, he passed away sadly,
yeah,
but
also I'm trying to think of his company. He
He's not-
sponsors them.
yeah, I mean,
Power, no,
flying
King
out.
Power.
King Power,
Yeah. So it's not like.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's not like this dream of like.
Well, it's like Leeds. Rad
coming-
Razani is hundreds of millions.
This dream of just fucking coming up and winning the league from lower league, it's never going to fucking happen. Like, it's not going to happen. Unless, it would happen if there was a fucking Super League, though. I'm telling
But
you.
even the thing is, even if that does happen, even if that happens and you get a few players within that team who are just
They'll
exceptional,
get bought, though.
they just get bored.
Yeah.
And it's like that whole, like you said about Arsenal, that whole team
That's
then just
what I'm
gets
saying.
deconstructed.
The whole.
And it's like,
The league's fucked. That's what I'm saying. The league's fucked anyway. It would be better to have a fucking Super League. It just would.
Or I think there's a middle ground. I think the Super League is a bad idea. I think the Premier League is flawed. So there's got to be a way to just improve the Premier League. I don't know what that is, but I think there's got to be a middle ground.
You could cap.
I mean, there's the
cap
financial fair play, but I don't understand that. Like PSG spent 400 million on 2 players. So where's the fucking
'Cause with
financial
the,
fair play?
They get paid off.
With
Yeah.
For sure.
Because it's basically a similar setup as the NBA, how they was going to run it. It was like it'd be like
because Americans don't understand the concept of relegation.
There would be like two leagues, and then it goes into into the playoffs and stuff. But then the lower league of that, which would be the Premier League, or what do they call it, like college basketball or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're not just allowed to just go and buy those players. They get put into what are those things
Draft.
called? A draft. They get put into a draft, and if you finish higher in the league, you get more money. But if you finish lower in the league, you get more draft points. And then you can either sell your you get loads, you can sell your draft points to get money in, or you can
use them to get players.
You can use the draft points to get first pick on an option of, say, you get like first pick on the best. So again, Patrick Bamford bangs in fucking 40 goals. The lower league of the lowest position of the Super League would have first dibs on Bamford.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's about the fair. So like,
that's what I'm saying. That's fair. That's quite fair.
Say Leicester winning the Premiership or even getting into Europe or like UEFA Cup, it's not enough money to compete with Man City. So like they can buy your best players and just fucking deconstruct you. Like if you had really big incentives, I don't know how it would work.
Also, as well,
I
like,
remember there was a time, I think Leeds were in League One or the Championship, and we had Man City. We had Man City in the FA Cup, and I think the Leeds team was worth about 3 mil, and Man City's team on the pitch were worth 450 mil.
Yeah,
and we lost 5-1 or something like that.
But sometimes that you can win. You can win to.
Well, we certainly got 2-1.
But that's also as well.
2-1.
Again, if there was a Super League and you've got a fucking player,
then 2-1.
You know, Rafinha, I'm sure he would be a player who would end up in the Super League.
Yeah.
Imagine how much money you could get for that player, because those, you know how much money, you know how much they're getting.
60 million.
Yeah, so much more money would go into your club. Probably there would
But
be
to go where though?
into
If all
like
the best players.
No, but
gone.
you'd create. Leeds would probably have one of the best youth. All these clubs would become like feeder youth systems. It'd be so good for the club, instead of just constantly fucking getting relegated up down. You know, going, how much into debt did Leeds go? How long did it take you to come back into
16
the fucking
years?
Yeah, like I'm just saying, the
We're
system.
gonna have the Prem in 5.
The system at the moment is fucked. To be honest with you, I don't
It
agree
is.
with the Premier League. I actually think it needs a change, but that's just my
A
opinion.
super change.
Super change.
Oh dear. Well, that is
Interesting.
Yeah. Lozzie, any final words?
Fuck the owners.
Yeah.
That's it. Are you a Liverpool fan still?
It's funny you should mention. I am, but that game that that Leeds had the other
Liverpool
night
conveniently didn't want to watch
was the first time in a long time that I have not been fucked about even keeping up to date with the score.
it. Yeah. It was a game of 2 halves.
Yeah.
Liverpool should have won the first.
Well, I've been eyeing up
Leeds should have won
Southampton. They're quite local to me.
They did just lose against Spurs, but
Well, you're going to be in the fucking Super League, aren't you?
Anyone who said they were going to Super League, like, it's just like proper punishment.
Yeah.
Just-
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. All these people talking.
You go into the conference.
yeah, but it's not the fans' fault. It's not my fault.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah,
Fucking
but-
Daniel Levy.
yeah, but-
I want Villa to be first.
Why don't you
Yeah, but
support?
they have to be
Punished.
They have to be punished. And
Where do you live? Where do you live, Ben?
The proper way to punish an owner is to fuck the finances of
My
the club.
closest team is either Stevenage or Luton.
Exactly.
So you should be supporting.
That's what I'm saying.
See,
No
my
way.
team
Yeah, but how
should
far
be
do you
Norwich.
take that? Because we've got Galston Rangers is technically the local team to me.
Oh,
Fucking do
Up
it,
the
boys. This
Galston
is what I'm
Rangers.
saying.
We gotta
Get
go
behind
local,
them.
mate.
Oh,
We
mate.
gotta go local, boys.
Fuck these big teams.
This is
Go
what I'm
local.
saying.
I'm
Don't-
going
I'm
Stevenage.
pretty sure I could rock up to trials and
Yeah.
get into the Galston Rangers next week.
And then we would support you.
Shop
We
local.
would be there.
Shop local. Support local.
That's
Fuck
it.
these big fucking
Yeah.
clubs.
APMA, how's it going? I'm here to talk about becoming an APMA VIP. Now, you might see on your YouTube a join button. If you don't, there is a link in the description. If you hit that join button, you'll become an APMA VIP. Now, with that, you will get a one-off sign-up free t-shirt. The design looks a little bit like this. You will also get access to an exclusive members-only podcast once a month, and we have a members-only Discord channel as well. And just as a bonus, you'll get some cool badges and some emotes of our faces and other things that you can put in live chats and in the comments section. So there we go, guys. That is $4.99. You get a free t-shirt upon sign up, an exclusive monthly podcast, that exclusive membership-only Discord channel, which we will jump in and out of every now and then, and the badges and emotes. Thank you so much. If you want to become a VIP, hit that join button or the link down below. See you soon, guys.